Candidates ready for the fight. Voices loud, they take the stand. Who will lead the promised land? Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth and lies will take the mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Who you hear, the people's voice. It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. We'll see. Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth and lies will take a mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Will you hear the people's voice? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny.
And good evening. And tonight, these candidates here are vying to become the next mayor of Rotorua Lakes District Council. But with every election, there's one thing stepping in their way, and that's your vote. Sorry? Got that up here.
I just got a message on the phone.
Whichever one you want. Sorry. Yes, I understand that. As I say, these are the questions that are here. Sorry. Yeah, sorry about audience at home here. We've just got a candidate who is going over the questions that has come in here. Yes, I understand that. My audience is seeing a person standing in front of me on the camera. So that's what, yeah. It would be in collaboration with also which one is, where's the strengthen relationship with central government and neighbouring councils to get the best outcome.
When you're talking about central,
The stage is set, the lights are bright, candidates ready for the fight. Voices loudly take the stand, who will lead the promised land? Promises flying, hearts ignite. The lights are bright, candidates ready for the fight. Voices loudly take the stand, who will lead the promised land? Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth or lies will take the mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Who you hear, the people's voice. It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons, wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. We'll see. Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth and lies will take a mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Will you hear the people's voice? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons, wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who'll wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. The stage is set, the lights are bright, candidates ready for the fight. Voices loud, they take the stand. Who will lead this promised land? Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth or lies will take the mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Who you hear, the people's voice. It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons, wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. We'll see. Promises flying, hearts ignite. Truth and lies will take a mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Will you hear the people's voice? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons, wielded strong. Debates get heated, right or wrong. They paint the town with visions bold. Who will rise, who will fold? Shadows linger, truth will spin. The battle rages from within. One by one they state their case, but only one can win this race. Who will lead this, win this race? It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who'll wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. The stage is set, the lights are bright, candidates ready for the fight. voices loudly take the stand. Who will lead the promised land? The mist is flying, hearts ignite. Truth or lies will take the mic. The clock is ticking, make your choice. Who you hear, the people's voice. It's in the ballot, it's in your hand. The future's calling, take a stand. One vote, one dream, one destiny. Who will wear the crown in 2025? We'll see. Words are weapons, wielded strong, debates get heated. Right or wrong, they paint the town with visions bold.
So we're ready to go because we have basically all our online audience is waiting at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Now, how do I say your name? Was it
Shekinah.
Shekinah?
East. Sorry, I'm not normally like this.
It's all right. We're glad you're here. The voters will be able to see you in action. Okay. Henry, we're all good to go? Okay. Sorry, we've just had a late addition to another candidate joined us and we're getting everything all going. And as we say, even when you come last, we welcome you with open arms. So today, these three candidates are vying to become the next mayor of the Rotorua Lakes District Council. But with every election, there's one thing stepping in their way, and that's your vote. Opening credits, yep. And good evening and welcome to it tonight's It's in the Ballot show for the mayoralty race of the Rotorua Lakes District Council. Let's kick off with Robert with his 1 minute opening statement.
Good evening. I got elected in 2022. I was one of 7 councillors that were new to the job. That's because Rotorua voted for change. We've been partially successful in getting some things changed, but there has been some broken promises. I have discovered that there's a whole bunch of about a dozen committees operating undemocratically, secretly. And this has all led to ratepayers' money being spent in ways that I could never have imagined. Of real concern to me is that over the last 3 years, our rates have gone up around 32% and inflation's only increased at 14%. This is not sustainable. This cannot continue. We cannot get blood out of a stone indefinitely. I fully support the government's initiative to cap rates, and I look forward to delivering the lowest possible rates raised to you.
Okay, thank you for that. Next up, Don, your opening statement of why you should be the next mayor of Rotorua Lakes District Council.
Kia ora. I'm standing for mayor because Rotorua needs strong, principled leadership to restore pride in our place, deliver fair investment across both urban and rural communities, and protect what makes us unique, our lakes, our culture, and our people. Over the last 3 years, I've proven I will fight for affordable rates and stand up for community choice on key issues. As mayor, I will ensure transparency and genuine partnership, integrity, and empathy guide every council decision.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And next up, we've got Shekinah. I've said it correct. Perfect.
Kia ora. Greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, this is the year that I have been called to run for mayor. It's my life experiences that I carry with me, my expertise in horticulture, my expertise in community networking, my expertise in training individuals, families, communities into the workforce, my expertise in serving Jehovah, our Father, my expertise in working with children and having established a licensed language nest in Rotorua here, the first ever. My expertise in so many other areas that Father has taken me into. Waikato University, I am qualified as a community psychologist. I know accounting, I can do full principles, and I know legal law. So I come with a kete full of knowledge to run for mayor. Vote me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so let's get to the box round of questions. Now, because we are doing things here with a bit of what do you call it, skeleton crew, I'll be taking both the role of Selwyn Toogood and Tenika Kabushia when it comes to doing our questions. So each candidate will be able to pick a box number and answer the question that's in the box. We also have, each candidate has 2 button cards, which are metaphorically speaking, so I'll keep a tally of who's got the buttons, and also 1 defer card if they have questions they do not want to sit there and do it. In order to use a button card, you raise your hand to say you want a button for that question, and you add that answer to the question at the end of the other candidate's answer on there. And if you get a curly one, you can always defer it to a candidate who's here preferably. But hey, we do cheeky deferrals to candidates who have not made it here tonight. Shekinah, would you like to go first? You can pick a box number between 1 and 28, and you can ask the question. Give me the number in either Te Reo Māori or English.
Te Reo Māori or English?
Correct. The box numbers between 1 and 28, so I can pick out the questions.
1. 50-50.
Like you can use Te Komā Tahi for 11. So you can say Te Komā Tahi, and I know that's box 11. 14. Okay. We got letter L for Lake Rotoiti. What role should council play in addressing climate change? Should emissions reduction be a key priority, or do you have other areas of focus? Yeah, ready when you are. Yeah.
Climate change. There's a lot of factors to climate change. There's the sun that keeps getting hotter. There's emissions. That's all the cleaning stuff that we use in our house to clean. Aerosol sprays, chemical sprays, still being used on our farmlands, agriculture, even the marines. Now, weed killers also contributes to the emissions. Runoffs, chemicals used on our farms for the animals, that also contributes to our climate change. Now, sun-wise, solar, we need to tap into that energy. And there has been researchers already proven that solar energy is self-sustainable. That can help with the climate change. Less emissions into the atmosphere. Control.
Okay.
What we sell.
Thank you for that. Don, what box number?
12.
Okay, so box number 12. Okay, we got R for Rotorua. Rotorua faces significant housing challenges, including emergency housing. What is your plan to ensure safe, sustainable solutions for all residents?
So, starting with backing, I hate the terminology, but it is a rather apt one. Housing pipeline. It's had pretty negative connotations in the past, but let's not let's not dwell on that. So the approach would be to, one, enable iwi and chip projects, also kāinga ora sites with service land and faster consents. There is a real hold up on that at present. We need to do something about that. Prioritise healthy, efficient builds near services, so more centralised around our hubs, the likes of Tenai shops, the centre of Rotorua, also Mongataha. Also expand pensioner accessible housing via partnerships, which we're already doing. Peer supply with neighbourhood safety, lighting and SIPTED upgrades, and also track outcomes quarterly so that homes completed in 15-year highs and pipeline metrics, and then adjust our settings accordingly.
Okay, thank you for that. Robert, what box number?
Box number 7.
Box number 7. Okay, we've got X for X-ray. What qualities do you believe are important in a mayor, and how will you demonstrate them?
Well, we need to show some leadership, both for the group of councillors, that we need to ensure that they're well educated about their role, certainly in terms of the legal framework that we must operate in. But we also need to be the leader of a city, and that means setting some standards, setting some examples. It means being out there, promoting Rotorua as a tourist destination, as a great place to live, work, play and invest. So a mayor should be visible, should be energetic, and doing everything that we can to make Rotorua a great place to live, work, play and invest, and to restore that reputation that we used to have, and we've got to get that mojo back.
Okay, thanks for that. Shekinah, what box number would you like to pick for your next question? Number 3, no problem. Okay, we got Jay for Juliet. What is your position on major projects like the Eastern Corridor or other alternative transport options?
The projects that you've just named, I'm not aware of it, but the projects that I am aware of is very important for Rotorua itself. The geothermal energy proposals, I don't believe in going down where I don't see what's down there. I believe in looking up and seeing exactly what we can see and tap into. Now, Waka itself has suffered impacts. That whole Ngawha area is sinking. So I wanted to know what council has put into place to rectify that for the people who still live there, because blocking the road to that village is not enough. Damage has been done. Also, another project central to Rotorua citizens is the airport extension, and the proposal that there will be a major, huge hotel being built right there overlooking our beautiful lake. Now, we have so many hotels and motels on Fenton Street itself that is empty, no tourists. So the proposal for that project, it cannot be validated.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt Rotorua even more. The third project is the one, Steele's Lane.
Just
They have
say
just-
you've well used up your minute, so wrap it up.
They are moving people out of their homes and condemned those houses because it's been rediscovered. It's still wetlands.
Okay, and we have a button from Robert.
Yes, this is a topic I'd like to add to. So the Eastern Arterial
camera.
Route, the Eastern Arterial Route was developed by a plan developed by council over many terms. I don't know, 20, 30 years. Council had invested in various properties along a different route that would go parallel to Tenai Road into town. And unfortunately, it got vetoed in 2013 by the Ngāti Whakaui Gifted Reserves Protocol Committee, which is comprised of the entire board of the Pukeroa Orowhara Trust. There is no way that an unelected committee like that should have that much power and influence within council to be able to veto that particular or any other particular project. That's an example of one of the committees that is simply operating below the radar, without being advertised to the media or the public, and their decisions are being conducted and made in secret. This is just not a democratic or acceptable way to do governance in Rotorua, and this is one reason why we're making so many poor decisions in our council.
Okay, thanks for that, Don.
How do I do the button thing?
Oh, do you want to do a button on that question?
Please.
Go ahead. We'll accept that as a button.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'd like to add to this, kōrero. The other side to the coin is that the people of Nongataha have been hard done by NZTA. The road from Fairy Springs all the way through to Nongataha should be double laned. At the moment, it creates a bottleneck with the traffic going either way, either in the morning or in the evening. It's totally unnecessary. The Nongataha township or village itself needs to be realigned and made safer for that community, especially now with the addition of the new Thunder track that's been Rolling Thunder, I think it might be called, out in the Techt Park. That's going to increase the traffic flow through Nongataha significantly, along with the Watchman Capital development with another 320 or so homes out there. So the roading out to Nongataha needs to be improved, and NZTA needs to come to the party.
Okay, and Don, you get next box number. What box number would you like?
I'll have box number 8, please.
Box number 8. Okay, we got B for Bravo. How would you strengthen relationships with central government and neighbouring councils to get the best outcome for Rotorua?
Yeah, that's a sticky one. I look to the people down in Dunedin, the way their council dealt with their hospital crisis. Central government said, we're not going to fund you the $3 billion. The people of Dunedin got together and they joined with council and ended up with a protest of something like 35,000 people. And that got the government's attention. And all of a sudden, they now have a hospital with $1.5 billion being built. So good on them. That's the sort of thing I would like to see. But we do need strong relationships with Wellington and also our neighbours. That's critical. So we need to have constructive, solutions-focused and consistent corridor with them to come up with a plan for the Bay of Plenty region when it comes to infrastructure investment. Collaboration means more leverage and better outcomes for Rotorua ratepayers.
Okay. Robert, what box number?
Number 13.
Number 13. Okay, let's see what's in good old number 13. Okay, we got Y for Yankee. What specific steps would you take to rebuild trust between council and the Rotorua community?
Well, that would be a continuation of some of the steps I'm already taking, which is communicating candidly with the community via social media and in particular Facebook. You also, I say candidly because people lose confidence in what's happening at council when it's being spun all the time instead of being presented warts and all as the facts are. And I prefer to present facts and let the chips fall where they may. So definitely good communication, but it comes with an element of honesty and frankness, and let's sort the problems out in reality and not just try and smoke screen it.
Okay, she got a button from Don.
Thank you. Yes, I'd like to add to that as well. So no doubt trust in council, or what we call council, has eroded with the people of Rotorua, and that's got to change. Otherwise, we will not progress. I promise to lead with integrity, transparency, and genuine engagement, and that actually means something. So what I mean by there is publish clear KPIs, open decision making, and also listening before acting. Instead of making a decision, we're actually going to talk to the people involved. I'll also reform council leadership, because at the moment we have a group of people called co-deputy chairs that along with the mayor and deputy mayor make a number of 6. And 6 always beats 5 when it comes to voting. So the deputy chair role will be disbanded, with all of those responsibilities then shared equally amongst the rest of the elected members. They will all take part in chairing committee meetings. They will all have the same responsibilities and all the same remuneration.
Okay, Shekinah, what box number? Oh, do you want to put in a button? Yeah, let's put a button. Go ahead and your microphone. Put button on the same question.
I have lived in Rotorua for 52 years, and I have experienced so many changes that has not benefited individuals, families, communities, or Rotorua as a whole. Now, there is a lot of mamae out there. I would confidently say 90% of our people, from elders, who is our wisdom, our rangatai, our children, and our mokopuna. Because the systems that has existed in the last 30 years, 40 years or so, has not worked for them. Now, when I first came to Aotearoa, Norman Kirk was the Prime Minister. There were so many positive things that was put in place then. Training in education, training in high schools, tradespeople, so much training for our young people to go into workforces, main industries, agriculture, forestry, marine, horticulture, everything that we needed to live, our bodies needed to live. Now, our unemployment rate is so high. So many of my blood, our people are on the benefits. So many of our people are in the mental health system. So many of our people are in prison. Now, the law itself, I have gone through that so many times too.
Yep.
It's so easy for our young people to be convicted and sent to prison. That is our rights. That's our tax.
Yep.
We need them working their own lands. We need them developing orchards, forestry. We need them outside to mahi. Not
We've used,
resting in mental health, not resting in prison, not away from their families.
Yep.
Our people has
we've
been
yet
ignored
well
for
and
too
truly
long.
exceeded the minute.
It has become systems to follow.
Okay, you get the next box number. What box number would you like to pick? 1? No problem. If you want to take a look on that TV screen, here's a countdown clock when it goes along. So when we start the question, count down, and as you can see the numbers going down until your 1 minute's up. Okay, so we got S for sulphur. What role should council play in youth engagement and supporting young people in Rotorua? Do you believe youth spaces and its services are core council work?
Youth is core. They are our future leaders. Now, council used to provide a funding for youth development in every area, spiritual, academic, cultural. It was there because I used to apply for those funds. Now, it doesn't exist anymore. And if the council does not hold on to that funding and make it available for everyone to tap into it, other little service providers, charitable, fit the little box that says they can get their funding, but it's not made available to everyone. For example, if a Māori group has that funding given to them, only Māori are able to apply for that funding. Now, if it's going to Pacific Island, only Pacific Island applies for that funding.
Okay. Don, what box number?
Let's go for number 18.
Okay, so the voting age. Okay, we got V for violin. How will you partner with police, iwi, and community organisations to improve public safety and social outcomes?
So public safety takes genuine partnership. I'll strengthen ties with police, iwi, and social agencies so responses are joined up, not siloed like they are now. Council's role is enabling better lighting, CCTV, safe urban design, and community facilities that give young people positive options. What do they say? Keep them on the courts to keep them out of the courts. But it's also about advocacy, pressing central government to resource police, which we dearly need, and social services properly. My commitment is to a safer Rotorua built on collaboration, prevention, and respect for community voices.
Okay, Robert, what box number?
Oh, how about box number 1?
Unfortunately, that has just been taken,
Oh.
but you can always grab its cousin next door at number
Number
2.
2, there you go. Obviously, I was paying attention.
It's all right. Okay, we got Z for Zulu. Do you support continuing to use motels for emergency housing? Why or why not?
No, I don't, and I'd like to take my hat off and give a shout out to Restore Rotorua, who have fought to have emergency housing removed from Rotorua. This emergency housing and becoming a emergency housing destination for the rest of New Zealand has really harmed our reputation as a tourist destination. We cannot be a premier tourist destination and also a premier emergency housing destination. The two are mutually exclusive. The Vision 2030 document that was adopted in 2017 by the previous council actually talked about developing emergency housing in Rotorua. And so what happened to us wasn't an accident. It didn't happen because central government did something unexpected. It happened because it was the implementation of the Te Arawa Vision 2050, the Vision 2030 document. And that vision document needs to be retracted and reversed and annulled and start again.
Yeah. Yep. You want to put in a button? Go ahead.
Emergency housing? Didn't they try that 2020 when they put so many families in the hotels and paid 1,200 per person? That's what I call emergency housing. And look what it's done to our motels. Some of them are so damaged and so filled with cockroaches. What's council doing to that? Now, there is beautiful things happening. Ngāti Whakaue has partnered up with Oranga Whare.
Oranga Tamariki? Oranga Tamariki?
No,
Okay.
the Whare.
Kainga Ora.
Kainga Ora. With Kainga Ora, who is responsible for the invested amount, KiwiSaver, that so many people have joined since 2006. Now, their partnership is working because many beautiful homes are being built in areas like Fordlands, Western Heights, Owhara, all the areas that used to be labelled as low socio-economic areas. Now, families are benefiting. That's family from grassroots. Thank you, Ngāti Whakaue. Thank you, Annette Sykes. You have worked so hard and the benefits are coming back to our people.
Okay. Shekinah. I was up to you on the box numbers. Yep. Okay. What box number? 12. Can't do 12. I can do 11 or 15. 11. Okay, we got C for Charlie. While the government is proposing to define core services for councils through the Local Government Systems Improvement Bill, what do you consider to be a core and non-core service?
core services is people. So services need to be set up to serve people's needs. Non-core services are processes, systems that has been set up to not allow the people to access those services. For example, winds. Oh my gosh, that's all I can say. Health system. Oh my gosh, you have got to walk it to experience what's happening in the health system. Now, I met up with a group of nursing union. They were protesting for more funding at that level. Now, government right now, at present, is failing. Because they are failing, regional levels, local levels will also have that trickle-down effect of failing. And we are all failing at all levels.
Okay, Don, what box number?
20.
20. Oh, yes. And a very short period of time where we voted it started at age 20. Okay, we got you for uniform. Do you support co-governance models for managing Rotorua's natural resources? Why or why not?
Yes, I support partnerships. Partnerships are important, especially in this region. Te Arawa and Mana Whenua have been kaitiaki of this taonga for centuries. So co-governance is a word that I particularly don't like. I prefer partnerships because it has much more less scary connotations. Partnerships deliver better decisions because it blends cultural knowledge and science and ensures buy-in from those most connected to the land and water. It's not about losing control. It's about shared responsibility and stronger outcomes for everyone. That's all people in Rotorua working together.
Okay, button for Robert or? Yep.
So I don't support co-governance for several reasons, or partnerships, if that's what you want to call it. In a democracy, the ratepayers are required to pay their rates, but that money comes with strings attached. The ratepayers get to choose, and the residents get to choose who spends their money. The way partnerships have been operating in our council is unelected people are being co-opted onto committees and they're having voting rights on these committees. This means that people are making decisions who haven't made a public declaration to act in the best interests of the district. Separately and apart from that, it's not even lawful. The purpose of the Local Government Act is to enable democratic local decision making, not any other kind of governance arrangement. Section 4 of the Local Government Act refers to the Treaty of Waitangi, and it notes that the central government have responsibilities because they were a signatory to the treaty. Our council and no other council ever signed the treaty, and we don't actually have any lawful rights or duties to provide undemocratic arrangements for governance.
Okay. You want to put another button? Oh, go ahead.
Just a question. How many buttons do we get? I thought it was
Normally two, but I'm sure we can put in a motion to extend it from 2 to 3.
I'll save mine for later then. Thank
Okay. Well, you already used your 2. Yeah. Okay. Robert, what box number?
Oh, how about box number 4?
Box number 4. Okay, we got AB for the All Blacks. Tourism is a key part of Rotorua's economy. How will you strengthen and diversify Rotorua's economic base beyond tourism?
Well, tourism really is a part of our DNA. That's we were the home of tourism in New Zealand, pink and white terraces. and it's critical to who we are as a city. There are other cities that are into tourism, but none like us, not in the way that we have. In fact, we're the largest adventure tourism, we're the adventure tourism capital of the world. We've got 6 rafting companies in Rotorua. Queenstown have none. How about that? So we're already diversifying, of course, into farming. Farming is 10% of the population. They're giving us 30% of the rates. We're diversifying already into forestry. All we've got to do is make sure we're an attractive place to live, work, play and invest, and we will attract the best to come to our city.
You now want me to put a motion forward to add every candidate an extra button card.
Yes, please.
Okay, Henry, can you second the motion, please? All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Each candidate gets an additional button.
Thank you for that, fellow voters. So yes, carrying on that discussion, I believe wholeheartedly that Rotorua must strengthen our events economy and diversify our visitor offer. Rotorua used to be a top city for events. My plan is to restore that, get us back to being known as an events hub in New Zealand for not just sporting events, but also concerts, conferences, the whole shooting box. Now, alongside mountain biking that we've got well and truly established and we're well known for, I'll champion golf tourism. Rotorua is uniquely positioned with 3 courses and strong international demand without having to invest a heck of a lot of money from the ratepayers to do so. Packaging golf with our accommodation and attractions creates growth with no major council investment. By adding high-value niches like golf, also supporting our film industry, we'll build a stronger, more resilient economy.
Okay, Shekinah, what box number? 5, 6, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 19, and 17. The good old age you can join the Defence Force. The good old age you can join the Defence Force at age 17. We got O for Oscar. What is your vision for growth in Rotorua over the next 10 to 20 years?
I spoke about solar development. Well, that is one big, huge income, not just for the individual family that develops solar for their own use, but also for our local, because we are farming industry, we are horticulture, we are all those, we are events, and solar is going to bring so much money in. So to go forth for growth in the next 10 years, we must start developing solar. That's growth.
Okay. Don, what box number?
Let's go for number 6, please.
Go for number 6. Okay, we got H for hotel. What current council projects, planned or underway, do you think is most transformational and why? What project would you cancel or change?
So the most transformational project for Rotorua is regenerating our CBD. A thriving heart is critical for safety, jobs, tourism, accommodation, and pride. But instead of scattered one-off initiatives, I'd like to lock in a clear 10-year regeneration program, housing first in the CBD, as I mentioned, safer walkable streets, and coordinated events and activation. One thing that we could do immediately, or at least in the next few years, is when the courthouse is moved, that should be the first location for shops on the ground floor and apartment on the top. Seeing that would be a complete transformation for Rotorua's CBD and hopefully become a catalyst for much more. And what I'd like to cancel is a thing called the Westbrook Sports and Recreation Precinct, with the last value estimated at $62 million. While it's been technically shelved, it has not been taken out of the LTP.
Interesting. Okay, Robert, what box number?
Oh, what have we got left?
Got 5, 9, 10, 15,
10.
16.
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, we got E for Echo. Do you agree with how the council is currently managing its debt? If not, what changes would you make?
Well, I'm not too happy that 12 years ago our council debt was 150 million and it's now 450 million. That is alarming. We're paying, I think it's over $10 million a year in interest alone on that debt. So am I happy about that? No. We do have to borrow money to invest in infrastructure, which is going to be used over a long period of time, 25 years, say. But we've gone very, very hard at housing growth, and we've invested a huge amount in infrastructure and also with the recovered water. But from the wastewater treatment plant, really, I don't think we need to go as hard as we have been. As I said before, we can't be the social housing capital of the world, the emergency housing capital of the world, or at least New Zealand, as well as be a premier tourist destination. So I think we need to review our housing policy and stop borrowing so much money for fantasy levels of housing growth.
Then we've got a button from Shekinah.
It's simple, whānau. It's simple. Vote them all out and vote new ones in, because that amount of debt, that used to be national debt, not local debt. Something's definitely wrong here. That's why we got weeds and weeds in our central business area, focal, town, instead of our beautiful tulips and our roses. We've got weeds and natives that grows and needs more maintenance. So they will be needing more people to maintain those basic native plants and create more debt. And there are people also that are doing these jobs that have no knowledge of where the plants need to be planted. Finish.
Okay, and Shekinah, what box number? Shekinah, what box number? Oh, all good. We got 5, 9, 15, 16, 19, and most of the 20s. 20's gone, but we got 21. So 21? Yeah, one's got. We can do 21. Do 21. Yeah. Okay. So the old voting age. The old voting age. The voting age used to be 21 when my grandma first voted. Yeah, 1949. Yeah, still alive today. Kick it going strong. Okay, we've got G for Geyser. What do you see as council's largest financial risk, and how would you ensure it is mitigated? Mitigate the issue, like pay it down, find new revenue to pay it, source it, diversification.
Council's largest financial risk is paying themselves too much money. That's a risk to our community, because when they pay themselves too much money, then less is filtered back to the people who need it more. Now, mitigated, that's like having a solution, providing some answers to that. Oh, well, that's simple. Cutbacks on your salaries.
We've got a button from Robert.
We do. I believe the largest financial risk that we face is the wastewater treatment plant, and in particular the recovered water. So we started, our council started consulting on that in 2014 and went to a great deal of trouble to consult with mana whenua. We got all sorts of good advice about how to implement what to do with the recovered water in a Mātauranga friendly fashion. implementing Te Ao Māori principles and so forth. And then after spending $7 million on all of this, Te Arawa Lakes Trust vetoed the project, and now we're back at square one with a blank piece of paper. My colleagues, unanimously apart from me, just voted to go around this mulberry bush again. So what are we going to do? Spend another $7 million and still no guaranteed result? The simple solution is to take the recovered water from the wastewater treatment plant, pump it about 100 metres up the road into the lower ends of the Parenga stream, where it will flow into Lake Rotorua. Beautiful, recovered, clear, nutrient-free, sterile water that's going to improve the lake water quality in Sulphur Bay, which is the worst water quality of any lake in any district. And that will improve the water quality of Lake Rotorua as well.
Okay, Don, what box number?
23, please.
23. Okay, we got in for Nongataha. Do you think capital investment has been spread fairly across the district? If not, what communities should receive greater priority over the next 3 years?
Well, I've heard loud and clear that that's a big fat no. Rural communities, including the likes of Mamaku, Ngākuru and the Lakes, have only seen compliance-driven upgrades, while most big projects remain city-centric. Over the last 3 years, priority, or should I say over the next 3 years, we must give some priority to those communities who have not had much of a bite of the pie. Drainage, rural roads, surge extensions, and hall community upgrades, those kind of things need to be dealt with. Fair recognition that rural areas are 80% of our land, that's 80% of our land and 12% of our population, but they only get about 15% of the capital spend. That's hardly fair.
Okay, Robert.
Ooh, number 5.
Yes, we can do number 5, the age that we all start school at. Okay, we got W for Whakatane. What experience or skills do you bring to ensure sound financial governance and decision making?
Well, for starters, I've, as a software developer, written accounting software, so I understand accounting from the mechanical point of view. So I've also spent some years working for the family business, running setting up the accounting system, using accounting software, and running it on a day-to-day basis. So I am rather familiar with profit and losses, balance sheets, and financial statements. So yeah, this is part of my ability to be able to handle these things.
Okay. Now, we normally take a break here. Do we take a break, or should we get straight to our hard-hitting questions?
I'm good.
Okay,
Okay.
yep, let's hit on the hard-hitting questions graphic.
Hard-hitting questions. We're not gonna make the money. What does the question? Because every candidate has answered the hard-hitting questions.
Okay, so let's get on to hard-hitting question number 1. How will you ensure Rotorua remains a premier destination while protecting its cultural and natural assets? Don, you get to go first.
So by putting protection at the heart of growth. Our lakes, geothermal features and Te Arawa culture are why people come here. I'll back stronger partnerships with iwi on lake restoration, support nature-based solutions like wetlands and Kudo Park, and ensure tourism growth is matched by reinvestment into environmental care. Success means a thriving visitor economy, but that doesn't compromise what makes Rotorua unique. Instead, it enhances mana, pride, and our international reputation.
Okay. Shekinah, how would you like to answer hard-hitting question number 1?
Destination tourism. We have always been that, but we have suffered impacts after 2020 COVID. I like listening to a speech because it's very practiced. But the reality of the matter is, our Māori people are suffering. They are mamai. Our elders' wisdom is ignored. The wisdom of our elders are not being utilised for the future development of the now generation. Now, our mokopuna generation are going to be the new rangatiras. So if we're going to teach the generation in between those two, the elders need to lead the way. Because there's a famous saying, to go forth, we must go back. We are a culture of circle. No end, no beginning. Because we carry our ancestors' teachings, their learnings that they've taught us forward for our future generation. That's the reality of it. We do not fit as round people into square pegs, square holes.
Yep.
We are rounded people.
Yep.
And we know our beginning and we know our end.
Okay, Robert.
To remain a premier destination, we need to sort out our housing policy, make sure that we're focusing on tourism. We need to be an easy place to do business. The drama with the Lakeland Queen has demonstrated that we're not as easy to do business with as we ought to be. We need to attract investment from investors, not make it difficult for them. So we do need to continue to restore our reputation that has taken a hit. I mean, one of the reasons I mentioned the Lakeland Queen is because it does protect our natural assets. There's almost 200 people, certainly over 100 people, can make it onto that boat, and they will take only photos and leave not even footprints. As they voyage around the caldera, having the best view in Rotorua of our surrounding city. It's great ecotourism, it's a great natural environment, and we just need to continue to look after all of our tourists, particularly the domestic and local. But
Okay, let's get on to hard-hitting question number 2. What is council's role in, and should it fund, economic development and destination management services? Why or why not? Robert.
yes, we are continuing to fund economic development and destination management because we are and aspire to be a premier tourist destination. We recently involved the short-term accommodation people, that's the Airbnb kind of people, in contributing to the funds that are available to our economic development and destination management. So whereas other cities around the North Island in particular are not spending money on these sorts of things, Rotorua is well set up to fund it and will continue to do so. And that's because we care about our tourism destination.
Okay. Shekinah, how would you like to answer hard-hitting question number 2? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, economic development. I learned that when I was 17 years old and went to tertiary. It was called Waiariki College then, not Tohi or Homai. Now, I learned a lot about the gross domestic product and the national debt. At that time, it didn't seem like much. It wasn't much. Now, economic development is about bringing more income into our country using our economic basis, which is farming, agriculture, marine development, horticulture development, our main ones. Has that been developed by us, Aotearoa? Well, I know for a fact that most of our kiwi fruit industrial orchards is being bought up by Manuhiri. So who really owns that now? Now, forestry, timberlands, where are they from? Who's really getting the finance, the base finance of that industry? Is it us or is it Australia? Because what we get as a trust, landowners, shareholders, is piddles, pennies. Now, if we, the generations of the now who are shareholders of those lands, develop that ourselves because we do have the intelligence to do it and the skills, where's the money going to go? It's going to stay right here.
Okay, Don.
Absolutely. So council has a core role in economic development, but it's about enabling, not doing it all. Rotorua NZ must continue to market Rotorua, secure investment, attract conferences and enable events. For example, if we went for growing our goal of becoming the, I guess you could say, the hub for Māori sport in all of New Zealand, that would be a significant feather in our cap. For example, the Māori All Blacks, the Māori versus Indigenous at the stadium, those draw massive crowds who stay for long periods of time, and it just adds to our cultural well-being in Rotorua. So while council provides the backbone, partnerships with government, iwi and the private sector multiply that impact. So I'll insist on clear KPIs, visitor spend example, how many attend these events, job creation, how many jobs were created by that investment, so ratepayers can actually see measurable returns. Economic growth and reputation management are essential for affordability and community well-being.
Okay, and now let's get on to hard-hitting question number 3. What is your position on retaining Rotorua Lakes District Council Te Ipu Wai Tiakiaki Māori Ward, and why do you hold that position? Don, you get to go first.
Frankly, I don't know why I'm being asked this. This should be a decision for Māori. I shouldn't be involved in the process at all, but that's the situation that we've been left with. So my position is, yes, I do support the Māori Ward. Rotorua's identity is inseparable from Te Arawa. We're one and the same. Having a Māori voice guaranteed at the council table strengthens decisions, reflects our treaty obligations, and improves outcomes for all. The Local Government Commission endorsed this model as fair and effective representation. Removing it without a viable alternative would be a step backward. Retaining it ensures partnership, authenticity, and a council that reflects the community it serves, a vital part of Rotorua's future.
Okay, Robert.
Yeah, the issue with the Māori Ward is not my decision to make. That's a decision of voters at this election. Personally speaking, I don't support a Māori Ward because I don't believe it's in the best interests of Māori voters or in the best interests of non-Māori voters. The arrangement that we had prior to adopting a Maori ward last term was what we call 10 at-large councillors. That means everybody gets 10 votes. If you're in the Māori ward, you get 10 votes. If you're in the rural ward, you get 10 votes. If you're in the general ward, you get 10 votes. That optimizes and maximizes the amount of a contribution that everybody can make towards choosing who they want to represent them. Māori have never had a difficulty getting elected at Rotorua Council. In the previous term, there were 4 Māori elected onto council. After the Māori ward was implemented, there's only 3 Māori elected onto council. So actually, Māori are worse off if you want to bring it down to race-based delineations.
Okay, Shekinah.
Firstly, I want to apologise to my family and to my supporters for the way I'm dressed. I'm meant to be going to Kaharoa, not this debate. So apologies. Because Mum always said, be presentable when you are in public, many public. Now, the Māori ward, it needs to stay. It's our right. It's our inheritance. It's our whenua, te arawa. Māori ward has to stay. Now, I'm not happy with the way that it's been set up because 13,000 enrolled voters on Māori ward alone, where's the rest of the whānau? Because I know for a fact there's about 300,000 of you out there enrolled whānau.
Thank you for that. And thank you for coming to be on. Thank you for coming tonight. Because, I'm pleasure that we had you here. I know it's a bit of a change in plans. Yeah. Okay, let's get to closing statements of why each candidate should get your tick for when it comes to voting in the mayoral race. And just a moment while the random list auto generator actually gives me a random list. Okay, Shekinah, you get to go first. Your 1 minute closing statement of why the voters of Rotorua should give you their tick for vote yes.
Whānau supporters, vote for what your heart says, tells you to vote. The person that your heart says vote for, because your heart is being led by our Lord, our Atua, Jehovah. So, make your choice.
Okay, next up, Don.
So Rotorua deserves a mayor who listens, who has empathy, who leads with integrity and delivers results. I bring decades of experience in business, events and governance, and a track record of standing up for our ratepayers and protecting our natural and cultural treasures. My focus is on restoring our lakes, protecting our green spaces, revitalising our CBD and recharging tourism and events, and ensuring fair funding for our rural and urban communities alike. For change you can trust, a leadership that puts Rotorua people first, vote Don Patterson for Mayor.
Okay, and Robert. Yep, ready when you are.
All right. Thank you for organising this. It's in the ballot. I'd just like to take a moment to call out Mayor Tapsell, who is not here tonight. This is the third event in a row that she's missed. The ratepayers of Rotorua, the voters of Rotorua, deserve to know why you stand and to be here and put under the same scrutiny we have. Likewise to Deputy Mayor Kai Fong, Councillor Brown, Councillor Wang, who didn't turn up to the councillor events today either. I have made my platform well known. I held a campaign launch. I don't believe any of the other candidates have done that. I've recorded my campaign launch. It's up on YouTube. Anybody can watch it. And there's a lot more in that campaign that will explain why I would like to be the mayor of Rotorua, so that I can sort out what's going wrong in our council and we can make properly run democratically accountable decisions, so that we can save your rates money, so that we can get rates under control. So visit me on Facebook, visit me on my website, robertlee.kiwi, and learn more about how we can make Rotorua a wonderful place once again.
Okay, thank you for our candidates for coming tonight. It's not easy to put yourself in front of a video camera and be live streamed out to the world for everyone to see it, not just now, but right up until election day. But thank you for doing it. Can I thank our audience for participating in tonight's show? And I would also like to thank Henry for being our on-site editor and doing cameras, Stacey for doing the remote editing, who also does the graphics behind the scenes and all that, Laura, who's been doing our marketing and promotioning of our shows, Carol for doing the playing cards of the promotional for the candidates, and Helen for doing the questions, and Paul for making our shows take over earlier in today. We'll be tomorrow coming live from Edgecombe for the Rangatahi Key Community Board. God, I want to say TK there, but hey, that's been a Wellingtonian. What do you expect? And will be followed by the Rangataiki Māori Ward at 4 o'clock. I'd like to give a big round of applause to our candidates. And we'll see you all back at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Have a good evening.